Well, here's a question for you. Have you ever just had the urge to be creative? Always wanted to be an artist? Well, you are in luck. Birmingham Bloomfield Art Center hosting its monthly Seniors at the Center, and our in-house Picasso, Troy, has a preview for us this morning.
Not so much. I wish. I do like to paint a little bit, but we appreciate Annie from the center for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to do a demonstration, but first let's talk about this event. Now, this happens every month, right?
Every month.
And tomorrow's the big day.
Tomorrow's the big day, Seniors at the Center. It's a drop-in. It only costs $10, and tomorrow we're going to do watercolor cards. So anyone who comes in gets 4 different cards to work with and the envelopes, and we do a little experiment with watercolor.
Why do you think it's so important to get seniors involved in some of these hands-on artistic activities? Like my grandmother used to love to sew, and she used to love to do all kinds of things with her hands. Why is that important?
It's important to be creative, and it gives you something instead of, just sitting around doing nothing, and then you meet other people that come in. We usually have a group of 10 to 15 people who attend, and you get to know each other, and eventually they become friends and they come back every month.
Okay, and so you guys do more than the cards, but let's go ahead and jump into the demonstration, then we'll talk a little bit about the other things that you do. But this is watercolor.
Today we're doing watercolor, so you're just going to dip your brush, and we picked a beautiful blue, and you can blot on this blotting paper. And we've already trimmed off the borders with the tape, and then you're just going to slowly give that watercolor look, and you can have it darker at the top, you can have it lighter at the bottom, whatever different effect you want.
You want to make sure that you do blot it, because if it gets too wet, then it could cause this thing to get, bubbled up and go under the tape and not look as great. So
exactly.
That's the key with watercolor, just going very light with the color.
Yes, and we do have watercolor paper here, and so it is made to absorb it.
Right.
And then the secret happens, or the little fun happens, is once we've done the watercolor technique, we use kosher salt.
Okay.
And the kosher salt will actually absorb the watercolor and provide that little bit of speckles.
So this is like a science experiment we're doing here.
And the perfect person to do it with,
right? I love to do that, yes.
So you just sprinkle on this kosher salt.
Okay.
And then once it dries, it actually absorbs the paint.
Okay.
And you'll have that speckled image that you see here.
That's beautiful. Almost looks like snowflakes.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is very holiday, very Christmassy, yes.
And then once it's dry, then we brought some little stars that you can place on here with glue once the salt has been absorbed, and you can just scrape off the salt.
Wow.
And then you can take a Sharpie and write something like thank you or best wishes on the top, and then your personal little note inside.
So you guys do all kinds of other different crafts and things each month, correct?
Yes. So our Seniors at the Center changes every month.
Okay.
So next month you might be doing clay, you might be doing gift tags, you might be doing something different, a different medium. So we try to broaden what they experience, and it's just fun for $10.
All right. Now tell us about how we can get involved. For anyone who doesn't know how to go and be a part of this, what do we do? Just
give us a call or come visit us tomorrow. It's drop-in, no reservations needed. We're right on Cranbrook Road, just north of 14 Mile, and we're the Birmingham Bloomfield Art Center, bbartcenter.org.